Hello. 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 Okay. I don't know if anyone can hear me. This is my first live stream on YouTube. I'm not sure if anyone can hear me. Oh, here we go. Hey, we're in business. All right, there we go. All right, cool. Okay, cool. This is my first ever live stream on YouTube. So hey guys, hope everyone is well and lit. I thought today just be quite an easy one, just as I ease into this. We're just going to break down the markets, see if there's any potential opportunities, what's going on with Bitcoin and its peers. Future streams, there's a ton that we can cover. It's just about getting understanding of what everyone likes and what everyone wants, really. So we will be doing some live trading as well. I'm actually still waiting for my account to be properly set up with CoinCasso, so we can do some live trading on there. They've got some cool features actually that I want to introduce to you guys when we do start sort of live trading together for those that want to participate. Guys, just before I start, we talk about some of these market moves that we've been observing and how in which we can trade those. Just want to remind you, for anyone that's been watching the videos, CoinCasso. Okay, so there's currently an opportunity for everyone to participate in this. If you want to invest in a cryptocurrency exchange, then you can part own CoinCasso, and it can start off from as little as a nominal amount of £10. And there's a number of perks for investors, NFTs, merchandise, on top of potential returns for you. And you've got to always remember, cryptocurrency marked tokens are going up and down, right? Quite aggressively. That's the beauty anyway of cryptocurrency, how much volatility we're blessed with. But a cryptocurrency exchange always gains. And obviously the right ones have you in their minds as their best interest as well. And CoinCasso do. Otherwise I would not be working with them. Okay, guys. So if you do want to get involved in that, spaces are limited. Just enter your name, email, and then click invest now, and you'll get involved on the waiting list. Okay. Anyway, that's enough about that. So let's start off with Bitcoin. So you've been largely tilted to the downside. What I always do when I'm conducting my analysis ahead of when I'm ready to trade, just as I do in Forex, obviously in cryptocurrency, same principle. I start off on my higher time frames, to get an understanding with the overall trend. You've got to remember, even in the infancy that the cryptocurrency market's in right now, what do I mean by infancy? Well, it's still young, still fresh, a little baby in comparison when we took other markets, like stock markets, go back years and years and years before I was born. Same as the Forex market goes back years. So I'm sure maybe a lot of you guys were babies or not even specks in your parents' eyes. So the beauty about cryptocurrency still being in its infancy is we get to take hold of a lot of volatility. Oh, what's going on here? Bear with me one moment, guys. I need to change my screen. Dan just told me. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, let's change screen. Okay. All right, maybe you should see that now. Dan, I think I've changed my screen now, guys, so hopefully you can see the chart. Bear with me one moment. This is my first time, so I appreciate it. Yes. Luckily, the technical man, cameraman Dan, the man behind everything that I do, has got my back. So cheers for that, Dan. All right, guys. So now you can see the screen. This is Bitcoin. So obviously I was blabbering on there. You couldn't actually see anything, but now you can. Beautiful. So higher time frame I'll start off with. Okay, so let's talk about where should we start? I'm just trying to think where we potentially start. I'm just going to start with these most recent moves for the moment. Okay, so I'll go on the higher time frames to understand where the market, where the market trend is at, what we're going to be doing, and then that helps me with my decisions when I'm going to go and trade on the lower time frame. So let's break it down as Ken would first of all. Okay, just remember as well, that's what I was saying before I got sidetracked. The higher time frames is what the big boys are looking at, typically speaking, with any market. The institutions are looking at. You've got to remember as well, with the institutions, I know they've got more, they've got more wiggle room to play. They've got a lot more cash than a lot of us. But they're looking at the higher time frames. That's what they're typically trading. So Bitcoin, back in November 2021, boy, does time fly. But remember, we entered this bear market. Now, as I mentioned in the previous YouTube video, there isn't one particular, well, there is actually. I was going to say there isn't one particular catalyst for this, but there is. Not to, because I've already done a video on this, I don't want to blabber on about it. But essentially what happened was markets started coming to the realization that the FOMC are positioning the market. The FOMC is the Central Bank of the United States. They're positioning the market to start raising interest rates and withdrawing their stimulus. Okay, and then what does that mean? It means government bonds, a fixed income. Remember, cryptocurrency is known as a riskier asset. Fixed income is safe. So people, because the Federal Reserve are going to raise interest rates, that means you, as an investor, you're rubbing your hands together. You're like, great. So the interest rate, the yield on the fixed income, on the bonds, are going to go up. Okay, they're going to go up. So you're more inclined. You want to take some of your money out of the riskier assets, and then you want to put your money into safe haven, for example, fixed income. So that's what we've been having, basically. Outflows of crypto, inflows into fixed income as the Federal Reserve gear up the markets for, for that shift in their stimulus, in their strategy, basically, for the economy. Obviously, I'm talking about Bitcoin here, but I just want to show you something just while on the topic of FOMC. I want to show you the impact, because that might go over some people's heads, but I want to show you the impact and significance of that. You know, when we had the pandemic full blown, right? Man, was it scary. I was completely oblivious to it because I was in Bali at the time and I was planning to stay out there for the foreseeable future. I was in Bali in March. Beautiful. And yeah, I was literally in the jungle, trading away and just getting caught off guard, but in a good way by some of these market moves. For example, there's a trade that I was in GBP, Japanese yen. And because the market, everyone was panicking, the markets, because of this pandemic, big flows were seeing into safe haven. Remember, in FX, in Forex, yen is a safe haven. So I just remember just opening my terminal, my MT4, and seeing, like, I didn't have a TP on my trade. Just seeing a substantial amount of profit, just much greater than usual. And I was like, wow, okay, the pandemic is really hitting now. So anyway, back to the topic. When the pandemic hit, here it garnered a lot of attention in February, March time. Look what happened to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, remember I said, is a riskier asset. We only want to invest in riskier assets when, the economy's great, all this cash is going round, things are, we're in a good place. So basically, the economies went into lockdown, economies were shutting down, so everyone panicked and sold Bitcoin the hell out of it. Okay, we dropped from that psychological 10K mark all the way down to 3.5K. It's crazy moves. And then, obviously we bounced. I can't read the comments at the moment, guys. I do apologize, and I will, in my next stream, I'll make sure that I'm involved in these comments because I can't see them. Maybe if I get up YouTube, I'll be able to see. I don't know. Sorry, guys, bear with me. Let me see if I can bring up these comments. Okay. Here, look, live with Ken. All right, no, I can't. All right, next time, guys, I'll have them ready. But this one, just me talking to you. I'm sorry, but we'll engage on the next one. So yeah, Bitcoin crashed, right? As with other markets, you'd see it in stock markets. I mean, let's just bring it up for perspective. This is the DAX in Germany. Look at that big crash there, and you can see this is really key for you to look at so you understand the relationship. If you don't know, for those who don't know, the relationships between other asset classes and Bitcoin. Okay, so this is a riskier asset again because it's stocks. Stocks is risky. So we had outflows in stocks as well. So as you can see, obviously, they're in Bitcoin. What was that drop anyway? Let's just see in percentage terms. About 50. Oh, snap. Okay. Whoa, man. All right. So, I mean, at the time, yeah, it dropped 60%, over 60%. Now, carrying on, why did we start rallying here? I'm sure some of you may know. Give you time to think about it. Okay, so the markets shut down. Economies were in panic mode. Central banks needed to act. And then FOMC and other central banks, what did they do? They slashed interest rates. Okay, so government bond yields were nothing, zero. A lot of places were negative. So it'll cost you money to keep your money with these banks. Mother beeps. So it costs you money. They had to do it. So do you know why they do that? Because they want people to take their money out of the bank accounts and go and spend. Come on, try and stimulate the economy. Take your money out of your bank account. That's why they do it. It's crazy, right? It's manipulation, but they have to do it. It's the right sort of manipulation at times. So people are taking their money out of there, and bear in mind then, so interest rates slashed, but then what they started doing was pumping all this free money, all this quantitative easing. So they were handing out checks, they're handing out cheap, like loans were like free, no interest on your loans, for example. Banks were giving loans left, right, and center. You got a credit score of 1, take 50 grand. You go and borrow. And I know a lot of people that did take out loans and go and dump it into cryptocurrency because, man, there's no interest on it. So rubbing your hands together. Imagine you're not paying like nothing, next to nothing on interest. Go and stick some into the crypto market. So that's what we saw anyway. So people had all this cash was going around in the economy, pump. And look at that big pump there for Bitcoin, in that period of sort of March to February. Look at this in a year gain. Somebody tell me, where on earth do you see those gains outside of crypto? Nowhere. You do not get that in stocks, man. 1,000%. Obviously, there are other tokens that did, quadruple, if not obviously much more than that. But Bitcoin's obviously, this was the safest one, right? This is going nowhere. It's the largest crypto by market capitalization, so it's safe as housing. So that, considering it's not safe as housing, because it is the safest, more or less. 1,000% gain is incredible in under a year. Okay, so that's all that pumping. Now markets are having a bit of a correction because of all this free cash is starting to be halted from the market. All right, so that's that. That was that explanation for you. Right now, obviously, we are in a bit of a downturn. We're probably going to bounce at some point. I was hoping, well, not hoping, I was looking that we're going to bounce in this 30,000 region. All right, so let me talk about, let me talk about these moves up here before I get onto where we're heading next, okay? So what I was doing with Bitcoin and some of its other peers was as I did in my YouTube video the other day, was I was margin trading these, okay? Because I've got holdings in cryptocurrency. Some of my coins, for example, were really going against me. But obviously, what do? We hodl. We're going to the moon. Some of my cryptos were really going against me. Not all, but some. So how did I sort of offset those losses of my physical holdings? I was margin trading them, okay? You can do them with a number of your exchanges, right? You can look at margin trading. There's a number of them that do it. You can do it with a broker, wherever. You just make sure you get decent leverage. Make sure it's a safe place to trade, and so on and so forth. But as I say, in my next stream, we're going to be doing that. I'm just waiting for CoinCasso to sort out my account, and then we're going to get busy and start doing some live trading with one of their cool. I like one of their cool features, which is called long short, and I'll sort of talk you through that. Okay, so here anyway for Bitcoin, right? And I mention these patterns all the time, and people know. Okay, those that know me, I love my pennants, I love my flags, I love my simple chart patterns. I keep it clean. On my chart, I've just got zones marked up, and then I'll just have, when I see these periods of consolidation, these chart patterns form, I'll mark them up just for my reference. Doesn't matter. They look simple, yeah, but they're effective, you know, highly effective. So Bitcoin, what was I doing? Firstly, monthly evening star formation to signal a change in trend. Obviously, that was then really, really validated in December. On the weekly, again, look, evening star at the top there in November. Evening star indicates a change in trend. Okay, you can see, look, if you type in here into Google, evening star example. Evening star example trading. Just so you know what I'm talking about here. Obviously, I'm showing you there, but the evening star. See at the top of the trend, then we have a downtrend. Yeah, evening star, top of the trend, then we have a downtrend, and this is the opposite, right? When we want to see a reversal to the upside, we get what's known as a morning star. Look, morning star to the upside. You know, morning star here, look to the upside. There's plenty of examples there. You can sort of go through and check. If you're not familiar with the chart, if you're not familiar with your candlesticks, get to know them, baby, because they're effective. All right. So, what was I talking about? Evening star here, confirmed by that's confirmed. Okay, that's confirmed because we had a closure below that in the following candlestick that week. Now, if we look here on a daily, this is now what I'm really monitoring. I'm monitoring this narrowing. Look, we had a bit of a fake out here. Sometimes what I do is it depends. Okay, it depends how many confluences I have. I may take this trade once we start narrowing. I may have taken, for example, and I'm always looking for, try and look for as close to possible as that upper acting trend line, that resistance for entries. Okay. And then what I'm doing, I'm placing my stops. I'm leaving a bit of breathing room, typically speaking, just above where we're being capped to the upside. And, you know, another confluence is zone. Okay. You see the zone acting as supply as well, not just a trend line, but just a zone. Okay. You see previously the zone was demand. Look, breakout, retest, demand. Look, buyers. Thank you. Buyers. It's putting a price. So I know this is a valid zone. So I'm placing my stops above there, leaving a bit of breathing room. And then I'm trading in anticipation of a breakout. Okay. For me, when I'm trading, typically speaking, I'm looking for minimum risk to reward of 2s. You know, at times, obviously greater than that. But yeah, so I'm trading that in anticipation of a breakout. Now, when I'm trading these pennants and flags, so on and so forth, what I do as well is I'm measuring, you know, the pole. Okay, I'm measuring the pole of that, and you want to see the equivalent breakout to the downside, and obviously, very much did we see that. Okay, plus a little bit more on that wick there. So that's what I'm doing. The other thing you can do is wait for the breakout and retest them. Look, we had a breakout here and retest, but this is more of a fake out for me. Okay. Retest would have been we reject. So we break out here, and then what we do is we reject like the lower, you know, underneath, and then we head to the downside. Okay. So it's entirely up to you. It depends how many confluences you have at a time. When we say confluences, reasons to trade. Okay. Reasons to execute. I'm always looking for 3. Okay, it's a beautiful breakout to the downside there. Thank you very much. And then, you know, while this is going on as well, while I'm obviously enjoying making money at the end of the day, that's the key thing. I need to offset some of those losses in my physical portfolios. Not necessarily Bitcoin, but I'm broadly speaking here. Then I'm monitoring as well. I'm looking at the bigger picture. I always take a step back, looking at my chart. You know, I'm looking left. I'm just understanding what's going on. And then price action here. I see this left shoulder. I'm already monitoring this head and this right shoulder. Okay, I'm monitoring this because it's about mass psychology as well. It's about what's the rest of the market? What are the rest of these suckers that I'm competing against? What are the rest of these suckers? I'm joking, guys. You're not suckers. But what are the rest of these guys doing? And ladies, what are the rest of they doing? What are they seeing? Seeing this. So a number of other people seeing it. I'm not got some amazing eyes. Anyone can see this. So I'm monitoring. We're obviously then forming a pennant here as we're testing that neckline. Again, another trade potential there, guys, into our next zone. No price dropping down into our next zone here. Okay. So, and then again, flag, breakout, retest, potential to the downside. And now we're just, you see how rallies, any rally or pullback or consolidation is being sold. Look, consolidation sold, consolidation sold, consolidation sold. You get the point, right? We're just getting that every time right now. And this is what I'm monitoring at the moment. If I'm going to get a potential trader being presented to me here, I kind of feel like this flag may not play out and we may end up coming all the way back up towards sort of 46K. The only reason I say that is I don't like at the moment, not that I don't like it, but we just formed a bit of a potential reversal candlestick here. And that will be validated. If this week closes above, we're going to have a bit, potentially a deeper pullback going on there with Bitcoin. You know, I'm just trying to look for an example. You know, reversal candlestick here, and then pushing to the upside. Look, was another example. You know, reversal candlestick to the upside. So I just wonder if this is a potential reversal. I'm keeping an eye right now. But if this does end up playing out to the downside, it's going to drop in towards, and we know this is a big demand area here, around 30K. But right now, not any entry opportunity for me at present, guys, on this. What I do like to do as well is mark up Fibonacci's just for an extra point of reference. Swing high up here to this recent swing low and get an idea of where we're going to potentially pull back. Maybe we do. Obviously, you can see in the market as well, we've been printing, you know, lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And then we're going to go and print a new lower high. Okay, just keep an eye on that. For me, when I mark up Fibonacci's, these are the key areas I'm looking at: 38.2%, 50, and 61.8%. But right now, we can see the market structure. Let's keep an eye if we do print another lower high. Okay, lower high. Which maybe take us around that 40K mark, psychological. Perhaps we get rejections there and this flag does still play out. So this potential sell area, the possibility in this zone here. Just keep an eye on rejections. And when we say rejections, look, just so you know, what I want to see ideally would be beautiful. Is we get, look, nice little evening star candlestick there. Followed up by a bearish candle. Okay, that's validated for downside now. Beautiful. And then look into the next zone. So that's hopefully what we could see here. Okay, to keep an eye over the next coming days, how deep this pullback would be, and if this rally would be sold, and if we can get potential entries there on shorting Bitcoin one last time. I hope it's one last time because I do want a nice big bull run this year, 2022. I've got some mansions to buy. So yeah. All right. Look. The same thing's being observed across the board, really. I spoke about Ethereum in my previous video as well. You know, you see it across the board. Like, look at Solana. Look, why don't we mark up some zones here as well? Oh, there isn't actually. There's enough historical data. So we can't really mark up some zones for Solana because we haven't got enough historical data like Bitcoin because Solana is still very new. But it's still something you can margin trade. Like DOT, for example. I spoke about this in yesterday's video as well. Similar to Bitcoin, how we get this narrowing breakout pennant, narrowing breakout, flag breakout, and then this big pennant here. And what are we doing again? We're forming a flag. What we could do actually while we're on this video, I can show you how I mark up my zones. So what haven't I marked up zones on? Let's go to Litecoin. I don't think I've marked up many zones here at all. So when we're marking up zones, let's move this and I'll talk you through it quickly because they're key. You want to margin trade cryptocurrency, mark up your zones as well. It's know those key areas. So what I do for my valid zones, how they're confirmed is I look at when they've acted as both support and resistance. So what do I mean by this? Okay, so here, look, just looking along here, and what I do, I look left. So I look left of the chart. See here, rejection. See here, support. Let's support. Form of demand, form of support. Now, look, because we've broken below that, it's now going to act as resistance. And look left, support. Resistance initially. And then once we were able to sort of break through that, you know, break into that and consolidate. Look, we formed, can anyone see that already? While we're talking, look, we formed a flag. See this here? All right, nice. Flag, breakout, extension to the upside. Thank you very much. Easy peasy. So anyway, look, you can go back and check this. Look, keep going. Look, demand, resistance. Look, keep going, babe. Babe, see? Look, resistance, babe. Breakout. You get the point. Sometimes, at the end of the day, it's always subjective how you mark up these zones. It's subjective to your own view. But yeah, and then again, look here. So I'm just going to mark up another one. We may end up coming back down to here to where we are here at the moment. See, look, breakout, retest. Again, subjective because a little wicks there, but we found support and we formed a flag. Really nice. Formed a flag there on the daily, and then extension to the upside. Narrowing there, breakout and extension to the upside. So that's how I mark up my zones, guys. And now you can see we've come to a big demand area. Look like here, look. See, we fell here before. Psychological 100 being marked up. So where's the price going? Well, I mean, really and truly, we work zones to zones. Okay, so you'd think from here easily passes back up to 140. Yeah, just keep an eye if we're able to gather enough momentum there in terms of the pullback. Not overly confident by the weekly star, but only if we close above. And this could even be a big bearish M structure. You know, first top, neckline, second top, and then come down to the neckline. We break out and can resume to the downside, so like an M. Now you mark up an M. You know, for anyone that doesn't know, look, you can just again look M structure. Example, we just call it M just because it is like an M. Look, you see, look, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. You get the point, right? You see that? Really nice example there. So yeah, if that does break out, obviously this is going to really the floodgates are going to open, similar to what we saw here back in 2018. Again, look from here. Look at that. Look at this beautiful evening star, by the way, guys. Really nice. This is why I love this margin trading crypto at the moment. It's clean. It's really clean. There's so many opportunities. They like punch you in the face. If you don't take them, you are disgraced. So yeah, really nice evening star there. And obviously that indicated a change in trend, change in momentum. Look down here as well. Nice little reversal doji, morning star, however you want to look at it. Change in trend, upside momentum. Beautiful. It's beautiful stuff, really. Arts. So yeah, to keep an eye on this at the moment. Again, I mean, I personally like shorts here. So it's going on 4 hour. Just that it's a big demand zone. Let's just keep an eye for now. Just because how well defended this has been in the past. So I'm not confident yet on executing any shorts for the time being. You'll see this flag forming a little bit more first of all as well. Yeah. That's why I've got Baby Doge marked up here, because I was monitoring this. This project got a lot of hype. Just meme token. Is it going to have any longevity? Well, it's got a decent sized community, to be fair. Baby Doge trying to rival the original Doge's daddy. The reason why I like this is just, as I say, it had decent hype and community behind it, particularly in Indonesia. Actually, a lot of Indonesian token holders of Baby Doge. And again, just how we form this flag, and then we end up breaking out of this flag. So yeah, nice little moves there with Baby Doge. There are a lot of tokens that I want to talk about, but I think I'm going to save it for my coming streams, guys. Because yeah, I mean, this was just for me to just get a feel for streams, because I haven't done a stream ever in my life. I've done webinars, but I haven't done streams. So yeah, I mean, apart from that, that's it really, guys. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Yeah, let's see if daily. No, just going to wait out for the moment, Bitcoin, guys. What we will do, there is some opportunities on lower time frame as well, but I said I'm going to wait for once my account's set with CoinCasso, and then we'll do some live trading on the lower time frames together, because there's some things to look at there. So we'll do that together. Do some challenges as well. Yeah. Other than that, baby,